In our financial lives, there's one number that holds a crazy amount of power over everything else: your credit score. It's the key that can unlock a mortgage, a car loan, heck, even the apartment you've been dreaming of. But here's the catch: that power makes it incredibly fragile. And get this, it really just takes one wrong move, one slip up, and your score can tank faster than you can say declined. It's a system where it takes years, literally years, to build up trust, but only a single moment to shatter it. So the big question is, how do we protect ourselves from that? Let's dive in. I absolutely love this analogy. Think of your credit score as your financial passport. A good passport gets you across borders, no problem, right? Well, a good credit score does the exact same thing. It opens doors, gets you better loans, helps you score that awesome apartment, and it can even save you a ton of money on car insurance. It's your ticket to financial freedom. So if you want to protect your score, you've got to know the rules of the game. And this breaks it down perfectly. Forget all the little details for a second and just look at the two biggest slices of this pie. You've got payment history at 35% and credit utilization at 30%. Together, that's a whopping 65% of your entire score. This right here, this is where the game is won or lost. Okay, so if 65% of your score boils down to just two things, you can bet that's where the biggest landmines are hiding. So let's look at the absolute fastest ways people accidentally demolish their financial passport, starting with the one that causes the most devastation. We're not going to mince words here. This is the nuclear bomb of credit mistakes. The single most destructive thing you can do to your score is to miss a payment or pay it late, period. It is the quickest path to maximum damage. And how much damage are we talking about? Well, just one payment, that's it. One payment that's just 30 days late can torpedo your score by up to 110 points. Instantly. All that hard work you put into building your score, poof, gone. All because of one simple mistake. And we're not talking about a quick fix here, not at all. That single late payment latches onto your credit report and haunts you for 7 years. That is a long, long time to be paying for one little slip up. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. Take Jessica's story. She had a great score, 745, but she got busy, went on a trip, and forgot about one bill. It ended up being 35 days late. Her score plummeted over 100 points, down to 638. The immediate consequence? She got denied for the car loan she wanted, and the one she finally got cost her over $3,000 more in interest. That's a real, tangible cost. Okay, so missing a payment is like a loud, obvious explosion. But the second biggest score killer, oh, it's much, much sneakier. It's called high credit utilization. It's just a fancy term for the percentage of your available credit that you're currently using. Lenders see a high number as a huge red flag. It makes them think you're stretched too thin, and that makes them nervous. Let's break down exactly how this works. Check out this first scenario. If you've got a $4,500 balance on a card with a $5,000 limit, that's 90% utilization. That alone could cost you up to 100 points. But now look at the bottom row. A tiny balance, maybe just 6% utilization, that can actually boost your score. The general rule is to always stay below 30%. But really, the sweet spot, the place you want to be, is under 10%. And this brings us to one of the biggest, most expensive myths in personal finance. So many people think you have to carry a small balance from month to month and pay interest to help your score. That is absolutely 100% false. It does not help. Lenders want to see that you can use credit responsibly and pay it back. Paying them extra money in interest proves nothing. So pay your statement in full every single month. All right, I've got to share this bonus mistake because it's a real trap. And it's a trap because it feels like you're doing the right, responsible thing. You finally pay off an old credit card and you think, great, I'll close the account, simplify my life. Sounds smart, but it can backfire badly. So why is closing that old card so bad? Because it hits you with a triple whammy of damage. First, it shortens the average age of all your accounts, and older is better. Second, it lowers your total amount of available credit. And third, because of that, your credit utilization ratio instantly shoots up. It's a nasty chain reaction. For one person in our source material, Sarah, closing just one old card cost her 45 points overnight. Okay, I know that was a lot of doom and gloom, but don't worry, here's the good news. None of this damage has to be permanent, not at all. So now we're going to pivot and talk about the solution, a concrete, step-by-step plan to fix the damage and take back control of your score. So, What happens if you've already made one of these mistakes? Maybe a payment slipped through the cracks, or your utilization got too high. The most important thing is not to panic. Instead, you act strategically. There is a clear process you can follow to get right back on track, and you'd be surprised how fast it can work. So here it is, your 90-day recovery plan. Let's walk through it. The first month is all about playing defense. Pull your credit reports, check for errors, and, this is key, set up automatic payments on all your cards. No more late payments, ever. The second month we go on offense. Aggressively pay down your balances to get that utilization well below 30%. Then, in the third month, you lock in your gains. Ask for credit limit increases to further help your utilization, and use those old cards for a small purchase now and then to keep them active. And what's the reward for those 90 days of focused work? It can be huge, seriously. Following this plan can boost your score by 50 to 100 points, basically reversing a lot of the damage from those common mistakes we talked about. But hey, fixing the damage is great, but why just play defense? Why stop at recovery? Once you've cleaned things up, the next step is to go on the offensive and build a truly excellent, totally bulletproof credit profile. We're talking about moving from good to great. So, how do you actually get one of those elite 800-plus credit scores? It's not magic, I promise. It really just comes down to mastering these 4 fundamentals. Step 1, patience. Let your accounts get old. Step 2, every 6 to 12 months, ask for a credit limit increase. Step 3, make it a personal rule to never ever let your utilization creep above 10%. And step 4, the golden rule of credit, pay your balance in full every single time, no exceptions. You know, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that building great credit isn't about finding some secret hack or loophole. It's just about consistency. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and you win by practicing these simple, powerful habits over and over and over again. So after all this talk about points and utilization, you might be sitting there thinking, is a great score really worth all this effort? Why does obsessing over these details actually matter in the real world? The answer, well, it can pretty much be summed up with this one number: over $100,000. That's right. That is the potential amount of money you could save in interest payments over the life of an average mortgage, just from boosting your credit score by 100 points. We're not talking about a score in a game. This is life-changing money that stays in your pocket instead of going to the bank. So at the end of the day, your credit score is one of the most powerful financial tools you will ever have. It can either swing doors wide open for you, or it can slam them shut in your face. So let me just leave you with this one question. Your credit score is a financial superpower. Are you using it wisely?